I just want to introduce a couple of people that came here, that came pretty far to be at this meeting, to see what it's all about and to help out. I want to introduce Tony and Bob. It's Tony Morganti and Bob McGuffey. They are from Right Principles.
We at Right Principles, we're very big into coalition building, and we do a lot to help out other Tea Party groups to organize and work together. But CSA isn't something that needs any of our help organize. We view CSA, we in Right Principles view CSA as the model of everything a Tea Party should be. It's well focused, it's well organized, its members are passionate, and they're eager to get out and volunteer to do whatever they can to reverse this current catastrophe our country is experiencing. And if Steve will allow me to say, we've worked with dozens of Tea Parties over the past 14 months, and it's clear to us that CSA has the best and most dedicated leadership in Steve Flanagan. I want to send out 4 brief messages and leave them with you tonight. My first message is to those who are considering forming or joining a third party. It's true that it makes you feel very good because you haven't sold out your principles, and we're Right Principles, and we understand that. And it makes you feel good to do that. But it won't work, and it never has. The Republican Party is a vehicle, like any other vehicle. It needs to be driven. It's up to us to take control of that vehicle, drive it in the direction we want to go in, that the conservative base wants to go in, not the direction that the party professionals want to drive it into. That's what we need to do. The second message is to the Republican Party professionals themselves. Listen, guys. When the conservative base is with the party wins. When the conservative base is not with the party loses.
Damn right.
When you get with us, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Third message is for liberal Democrats themselves. The end of the Nassau County branch of your corrupt, undemocratic, and socialist junta begins tonight. Finally, my fourth message is about 2 words that the statist gang in D.C. has appropriated. And those words are hope and change. Well, we have hope. We have hope and change as well. Our hope is for a return to a limited government, the kind of limited government that was envisioned in our Constitution. And our change is to take that government from those who sullied it and return it to the people who it's supposed to serve. Yes, we can. Yes, we must. Yes, we will. Yes. Finally, Right Principles puts its money where its mouth is. As Steve said, we're very connected up. We're very focused on Connecticut and the races up there. We have a lot of members here in Nassau County. Ladies and gentlemen, if we'd stand, all my people from Right Principles. Every one of these people joining. Tonight. If you're not, I suggest you do so. This is where the action is. This is where the change will come from. This is where we have to make the things that we want happen. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Even though the election has ended, we're all here tonight, and we're looking forward to a new election that's coming up, and we are going to be successful at it. Thank you very much, Tony, for coming down tonight. And for you members also from Right Principles, we definitely welcome you for our membership, and we're going to work hard to make this happen over here. Thank you. Another gentleman here tonight, Fred Peterson from Republican National Trust PAC. I'd like to say a couple words, please. He's come up from down in Washington, and we're getting to lay the land up here and see what's going on.
There are 4 things that I want to discuss with you here. The first is purpose. And that's the reason why we're all here. I don't think there is a professional politician among us I don't think there's anyone here who doesn't have something else with their family or their personal life or their business that they could be doing. But we're here, you all volunteered your time to come here because you care about something larger than yourself. And don't let anyone deceive you. That is what the Tea Parties are all about. It is not about Republicans, it's not about Democrats, it's not about independents, but it's about all of those included as Americans who believe in fundamental American principles and purpose and our Constitution as it was written. The second thing is principle. Patrick Henry, in a speech to the Virginia House of Burgess, had 2 lines that I'll clip out of that speech without going through it. Why stand we here idle? Our brethren are already in the field. In terms of principle, we know, each of you know, deep within your hearts, the principles for which you stand and for which we stand. And we are here safe, warm, comfortable, on a chilly night, but in comfortable surroundings. Your brethren, our brethren, my son, my daughter, your friends and family are in the field, protecting this country with their lives, protecting the liberty that God has graced to give to us. You can't break the American spirit, and that's why you're here. But you've got to persist. And that is the third thing that I'd like to say. Persistence. Persistence is going to be very difficult. 2010 is a pivotal year, not only in American history, but in the history of liberty for the world, because if liberty fails here, and it is in existential threat, we all know it. If liberty fails here, where else, given current technology, can it bloom again? Persistence. We cannot be sunshine patriots or summertime soldiers. It is going to be not just an emotional outpouring that's needed and the spirit that we have seen at each of the Tea Parties, but the people that we're resisting will persist, and they have the power. And it's up to the people, the Tea Party unity of people, Dems, Republicans, Libertarians, Conservatives, all together to take our country back and to persist in taking it back, not only in the sunshine but in the rain, not only in the summertime but in the winters. And there will be bitter, cold days ahead for our movement. That is the nature of the threat. We need to support and hold leadership to the principles that we have, the purpose that we have, the reason why we're here, and the persistence over time. And thank you for your time, and the National Republican Trust PAC will be standing with you. And I think it's just so wonderful when we go to the Tea Parties and we see not much of the media's representation of what the Tea Parties are and the horrendous and absolutely slanderous characterizations, but we see what we see here tonight. Good people, friends, neighbors, people with almost no political interest, but people with an interest in America and a love of America. And not one ill word do you hear with the hundreds of thousands of people that come to these events. Not one incident of violence or anything else, quite in contrast to a gathering of any 3 leftists in a where there's breakable glass. Persist, maintain your principles, and we will take this country back in 2010.